Yes, ladies and gentlemen, episode 101 of Pokemon Horizons titled Fight! Terastal vs Mega Evolution just dropped, and in this episode, our heroes head back to the Naranja Academy where we see a battle between Roy and Nemona. How will it go? Let's talk about it. This is a new beginning for the Rising Voltaclers. The episode begins with Murdoch officially handing over the controls of the Brave Olivine to Roy. He has now fully taken over the role of Freed. He's told by Murdoch that they're going where the kids want to go. So, the first place that our heroes decide to go, in order to investigate and get help in their mission to stop Exceed and Laquium, is Naranja Academy. The teacher saw them defend the school from the explorers, and Penny and the others will believe them. It's also a great place to try and find out about Laquium, so, after getting the blessing from Cap, our heroes head over there. They make it clear in this conversation that this isn't just about beating Exceed. They want to change Exceed's mind about Laquium. They want to try to tell them about the dangers of the Strong Sphere, and change their hearts to get them to stop. Liko even says this isn't something that they can stop with battling when Urto gets excited about battling Exceed. So, like I said in the last review, while Roy can be as strong as he is, and we'll see that this episode, the core of the story is still about empathy, for which Liko is the main focus character of. On their way there, Liko and the others try to get a room ready for Urto, but he decides he doesn't want to be inside the boat because of his seasickness. Instead, he'll stay on the room leading up to the battle deck outside as it has access to the sky. Our heroes get to Naranja Academy and begin talking to Clavell and Geeta. Luckily for them, while Clavell and Geeta have heard the rumors about the Voltaclers, they do have faith in our heroes. Dot then begins explaining everything to them. They explain to them Laquium, how it's causing Pokemon in various regions to behave differently, and how Exceed have taken over Mount Kumri to use Laquium to develop strong spheres. They talk about how the spheres, while making the Pokemon more powerful, also have side effects like tiring the Pokemon out and causing Pokemon not to listen to trainers. However, before Naranja Academy can step in and help them, Clavell and Geeta require more data and video proof. On top of that, they want them to investigate the relationship between Laquium and Pokemon, and in order to do so, they introduce our heroes to Jacq, the biology teacher. We used to learn that he used to be a researcher and worked even with Clavell. Once Dot explains everything to him, he says he'll also look into Laquium to help out our heroes. While that's going on, Urto's lost and comes across food, gets chased around the school for not being a student, and gets caught by Dendra's Hariyama. So after our heroes are done talking to Jacq, they come to the battlefield and find him. They also reunite here with Nemona. She sees that our heroes have gotten stronger and challenges Roy to a battle, and Roy accepts. This is the most controversial thing in this episode by far, so let's talk about it. It's a 2-on-2 battle with Nemona and Roy. Nemona, a champion of the Paldea League, is using her ace, Pawmot, and her Ribombee. Meanwhile, Roy's using his Crocalor and shiny Lucario. The battle begins, and they're evenly meshed. Pawmot and Lucario are going at it with their close combat and mock punches, but the difference early on is that Nemona's Ribombee is providing great support, using Light Screen to reduce damage and Pollen Puff to heal Pawmot, and Roy has to figure out a way around it. In the middle of the battle, Dot gets a call from Penny asking her to come to her dorm, and when Dot arrives there, Penny shows her a map of Paldea where she has a lot of areas mapped out with Laquium signs that Dot can use in her videos and investigation. When they get back to the field, Roy has something figured out. After getting hit by Focus Punch the first time, he has his Pokemon disrupted the second time, breaking through sticky webs, and also manages to steal Pollen Puff from Ribombee. After that, he Mega Evolves his Lucario, and seeing this, Nemona terastallizes her Pawmot, and the two begin going at it. It ends with the two Pokemon going at it, with Metal Claw from Lucario and Focus Punch from Pawmot. However, Lucario's hands are longer and reach Pawmot before Pawmot can land the Focus Punch, KOing Pawmot, which means the winner is Roy. In the aftermath, everyone congratulates Roy, and even Dot is fired up after seeing this battle. So seeing this, Penny challenges Dot to a battle of her own, shocking even Nemona. I can't wait to see the next episode. Finally, we get to see Zer and Konya continue to search for Amethio and not find him in the ocean. Konya is hoping that Zygarde can help them, setting up their returns, and that's the end of this episode. But wow, what an absolutely shocking result for Nemona versus Roy. And unlike Geeta, who was fighting 3v1, this was a fair 2v2 battle that Roy completely and utterly outclassed Nemona in. To me, it tells me one thing. Narratively, the writers wanted to pay off the promise that Nemona and Roy had made about battling again a long time ago and wrap up their rivalry. This time, they didn't set any more follow-ups or rematches, so this feels like a definitive end. I don't know why, I guess that means Nemona's not going to be around in the future much, but for the audience watching, this result is absolutely shocking. The main reason is something I've talked about before. We didn't get to see how or why Roy has become this strong. We can make assumptions about how losing Freed and the breakup of the Voltaclers motivated Roy to become as powerful as possible so he can take down Exceed. By the way, I keep saying Exceed because Spinel is the president of Exceed, but I just mean the Explorers. Even though that feels a little bit contradictory to what our heroes were saying at the the beginning of this episode of how they wanted to stop Exceed by changing their minds. But still, the issue here is that we never get to see what type of training he did to become stronger than a league champion in 1 year. The reactions online are because the victory feels unearned, and specifically for longtime fans who've been watching the anime since the Ash arc, it feels like an absolutely insane power boost to a character that we hardly know. You can argue that game Nemona and anime Nemona are different, but while that could be convincing in a vacuum, the anime has followed up on a lot of resolutions from the game. Things like Area Zero already being investigated, or Penny already being in charge of the school's security system. So they feel like one single continuity, even if that's not meant to be the case. It feels like such a power spike in a series where progress is slow and linear, and that's why the reaction to this battle is what it is. And unlike the Geeta one where I felt like people overreacted, I can kinda understand why people are upset here. Besides that, I like that our heroes are now leading the Rising Volt Tacklers. This tells me that Fried actually won't be back for a long time, even though he was shown to be alive, because this development allows our heroes to grow. It will be interesting to see their struggles and challenges leading, similar to the episodes we saw with Fried when he was leading it. And next episode is Penny vs. Dot, which is gonna be exciting. I'm just curious as to why they're doing these major battles now. What are they establishing here besides just cool battles for fans? I'll be looking forward to seeing if I can figure that out. It also looks like the Paldea characters won't be fully gone, maybe even after Legends ZA comes out, because it looks like they're going to be involved in the main plot. So overall, everything looks exciting and is setting up well for the future. I can't wait. But what about you guys? What did you guys think about this episode? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more videos, and that's it. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.